Okay, well, like Friday was it was my fault, but like it's more a sleep schedule thing. I'm doing it again where I'd probably have to push back my stream time usually, because yesterday like I was just going about my day and like kind of watching stuff, and then I realized, oh shoot, it's 9. Whoops. And then yeah, that was like Ian Reco chapter 3, like final day, right? So I was like, oh, I'll wait for it. And this is kind of what I mostly want to talk about, but it's like, yeah, no, that was very disappointing. I think people did like kind of talk about it. It is weird, right? Because I believe the first one was 7 days, right? Had 5 dungeons. The second one was 8 days with 3 dungeons, which I didn't even realize. And then this one was 6 days with 4 dungeons. And yeah, like there just wasn't enough time. Like literally, like everything was cooking, right? Like I think this would have been perfect if it was like a 7-day event, right? Because like that 5th day, they were basically cooking for, you know, like the next day or whatever, right? And then nothing really came of it. there was just nothing, because I think the Trial Shakira also was literally scripted. So like, yeah, that just takes a lot out of it, especially when like Bibu already did the reveal, right? Like obviously they did the whole like, oh, you lost your memories thing, but like Bibu kind of already did the reveal, so I feel like the whole trial thing, because it also seemed like it was just super chaotic. So like they didn't even bring like evidence or something, because like, yeah, it could have maybe worked if they actually had like the evidence they used from like being down in the church or whatever, but it seems like they didn't even do that. Like they were just all screaming at each other, and then eventually like Bay and Iris like, oh, I seen like visions or something. And it was very weird, especially for Bay and Iris to do it, because they weren't there for like most of it, especially like the church bit. So yeah, it was very weird. And then yeah, also the ending just is kind of dumb, because there's this branching choice, right? I watched the clip, but I think I was too busy looking in the comments to see what the dude was talking about leading up to it. But I think they basically could say they would give up their memory. It was a choice of if they're giving up their memory or not, again. And everybody but Advent and Iris said no. So people were like, oh, it's gonna be like Advent's evil again. And it's just like, we're doing it again, man. Like, this is the kind of thing where I'm like, they should have just let Advent win this chapter, you know? But they like scripted it so they lose. So like, if the girls are gonna build up like Advent being evil again, it's like, we're doing this again, dude. Like, we have to build them up again, and they're gonna have amnesia again, so they're just gonna be like, oh hey, we're Advent again, and they do it a 3rd time, and it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel like we very much a letdown, and like I mean, yeah, it just seems like they might want Advent to be like good guys, you know? Like, I think that's kind of how they want to do it, but it's just like, I feel like especially because next one's gonna be the Justice one, just have Advent win this one, and then you have Justice like on the come up, right? Like snap out of it basically, and then like save everybody else. Like, I feel like that would have been a much better plot line than whatever this was. Right? Like, I don't know. Like, I get like the whole purification spell thing, but it's just like, there was also a mini game where if Advent beat out the timer, you just did it again, which is like, at that point, why even have the timer? Like, just don't put the timer in if Advent doesn't get anything for winning. Like, it was basically just like, oh, well, I guess it needs more time, the spell, so you just gotta do it again. Just don't put a timer then if you don't have anything, if Advent wins. Like, I'd give them a win condition and then nothing happens if they win. It also seemed like, yeah, it was very unbalanced for Advent because they were small. They still had like normal health. and the chasers had like wooden swords. Also, like the hydras were faster. So it's like, yeah, it was kind of ridiculously unbalanced. Like they literally had to do a rule where they just didn't hide and didn't even use teleporters. Like I think Mogoko was the only one who used teleporters. Even then, they almost lost again. There was like 15 seconds left. Like it was kind of crazy. And yeah, like you could tell how disappointed Shiori was when there was literally a clip about it, and it's just her like observing how the day is going, and yeah, you can clearly tell how disappointed she is. Because I mean, like, yeah, dude, they did so good, like, leading up to it. They did such a good job that I was looking forward to the final day, and then it was just like, like, it just nothing happened, basically. As Shiori said, there were so many loose ends, basically, like, it just kind of, like, they were cooking, and then it just stopped, you know? And I did tweet it out, and I will say it is funny. Like, I feel you can't deny however you feel about the ending, but it is very funny how the season where Game of Thrones gets brought up, and it's the show specifically, the HBO show, Game of Thrones, the ending is like the worst one, and the one that people are the least satisfied with. Like, you can't deny the humor in that. But yeah, like, I mean, I don't have a problem with the daily stuff, but yeah, I also don't have a job and stuff, so it's like, yeah, it's easy for me to say, you know, I don't really do anything. So yeah, it's obviously a lot easier for me to say, like, hey, I'm okay with them doing it back-to-back days. Also, I'm not participating in it, right? I will push back on what Iris said of, like, she's saying, like, oh, I don't think most of us are taking it seriously. I'm gonna be honest, I think outside of, her, Bae, Callie, and Ina, I think the rest of them were like really committed to it, dude. Like they really were role-playing. Obviously there was some goofy stuff in there, but like, and there's obviously gonna be some breaking of character. Because I mean the thing is also like, yeah, they didn't join as like a role-playing, like they didn't, Cover wasn't looking for how good they were at role-playing, you know, when they hired them. So I feel like it's entirely fair to like at least grade them on a curve or like have the bar lower if anything, but I mean, like, I think a lot of them were, like, genuinely, like, doing it, like, very seriously. And I think, like, yeah, even Shiori's disappointment, like, she was really getting into it, I think. You know, just from her reaction the 7th day and just seeing so, like, deflated about how it ended, right? Like, I think Shiori for sure was, like, very much getting into it. And yeah, and it just sucks that, because I'm now realizing the problem of having like, oh, you have this gen of like bad guys or villains essentially, right? Is that now it's basically just like, oh, well, we have to be the bad guys like every time, right? And it's like, dude, I want other people to be the bad guys. I can't remember, like, I know Bibu was one in the first chapter, and like chapter 2 was like them like building up to Advent, which like, again, I'm okay with, right? Because obviously the third one's the Advent one, it had the reveal. Right, that was really cool. That was the thing also, they didn't even have a Justice one, like a Justice like video. They had it for Advent like turning on them, but then they didn't do it for Justice. And it was like what? Like that was so weird. And then yeah, they were like, oh wait, well guess what? The curse is still here and it's just in a new body. It's like, oh okay, cool. It's like, oh nice. That was another thing also with the choices, is that it seemed like there weren't even like different like cutscenes or anything. It was just like, it was the same thing. It was just like, oh, okay. But it's like, yeah, I feel like we're just gonna get another season of Advent building them up as the bad guys again. And it's just like, dude, this has been the same time, like the same shtick over and over again. Because like, yeah, I guess they didn't want to do like an Advent victory because like they didn't know what to do with the dungeons, but like there's something you could figure out, man. It's just, I just don't get it, you know? Like, I feel like with how Liz played this chapter, you could have done with the next chapter, right? Of having them being, like, corrupted by Advent, essentially, and then, like, Justice snaps out of it. Like, you could have done something like that, and I feel like that would have been a really good narrative. But, like, they're not gonna do that. Because Advent just lost, so it's like, well... Because, like, listen, I'm one for always having happy ends, but it's like, if you're going to, like, continue something, like, I feel like it's fine to have the villains win. Like, it makes more sense, and then it makes, like, the overall, like, the good guys getting their comeuppance and winning, like, it makes it that much better. So now it's just like, well, alright. It's like, that's why, like, in wrestling, you need the heels to win sometimes, you know? So, like, when the babyface wins, like, it, like, means something, or at least means a lot more, right? Instead of just being like, oh, alright then, you know? Because, yeah, that is ridiculous to put a time limit on it and just have them have 0 win condition. Like, it was just like, alright, do it again. Like, that's insane, dude. Like, I feel like that just takes the role-playing out of it, because it's just like, alright, we need you to win. Come on, guys. Like, hurry this up. It's like, what are we doing, man? Like, I feel like that just zaps all of the magic out of it, you know? And, like, people were saying it, like, yeah, it's almost like they need, like, a D&D-esque, like, more freedom, more openness about it. And people did say, like, there's less story in this one than there were in other ones. But that could also just be because there's less days. I feel like that's also possible. And yeah, people have said also, like, oh, D&D sessions are, like, once a week, so, like, you definitely could do that with Ian Recco instead of just doing it every day, right? But, like, yeah, it was just such a shame because, like, there was definitely some good moments in there, right? It's just, like, there was no payoff, really. Like, it was just like, oh, well, alright then. Yeah, like, that sucks. Because, yeah, I don't even remember anything from Chapter 2, other than, like, Jonathan and Shuri, like, Nivella's, like, toxic relationship. I could not tell you. Like, and, like, Advent, like, building themselves up in the last few days. And, like, hinting at them turning on them. Like, that's all I can remember from Chapter 2. I don't remember a single thing outside of that. And to be fair, like, Chapter 1, I don't remember much either. It was, like, the Ina Bibu fight. Fauna Mart, just as, like, a side thing. Them having 4 groups. Which they just never did again. I mean, I don't think it really meant anything anyway. It was just like, hey, you're in these groups now. Because, yeah, you could go in the dungeon, I think, with other people, so I don't know why they did the groups. That didn't really make any sense. I think Cover's problem, though, also is, like, they started this when there were still, like, 20 of them, right? Like, Gura, Mume, Fauna, and Ame were all still there. I mean, maybe they were more aware about Ame. But, like, I think they at least thought, like, oh, the other 3 would stick around. And then, like, yeah, the fact that it went down to 16 by the time the next chapter rolled around. Like, I feel like if we're truly gonna get another, like, Advent being evil chapter, like, you need to have, like, new blood in there or something. Like, you need more people in there to just, like, spice it up a little bit, right? Have some new characters in there. Because, like, yeah, it's just gonna get so stale, like, if it just keeps happening. And, like, yeah, I think it might flame out by the time Chapter 5 hits. We'll see. Because, yeah, I think they did say it would be 5 chapters. But, yeah, I almost feel like, yeah, if they have a new gen ready, like, they should debut it in between these, which, I mean, next one's probably not going to be until, what, February, March 2027? So, I mean, it's definitely possible they debut a new gen. Yeah, like, I just feel like you need something new as well in there. Because, like, even, like, Jonathan and Tam were, like, building, like, a thing. They even had, like, as I was saying with the setup, like, Tam was also gonna have more character development of, like, being in the one to go into the church herself as, like, bait, essentially. And, like, that also could have been, like, a character development thing, and then it's just like, well, it's the last day. I didn't see, like, what the reason behind her, like, covering it up was. I think maybe it was to, like, hide it. But yeah, I feel like the cover up also was kind of like because it ended early, right? That's what I interpreted of it anyway. I mean, maybe like Shuri was gonna do that anyway, of like covering it up that day. Like maybe it's like, oh, I knew they were like gonna search around here, right? And like you're tricking yourself by believing like that even existed, right? Maybe she would have done something like that, like gaslight them. But yeah, no, nothing really happened of that. It's like, yeah, I just think it needs to be more open, man. It's just like the forced plot points really, or like, yeah, as people were saying, like just give them like the general plot points of what's gonna happen, like the beginning and end kind of thing, right? Like I think that could also be helpful. Like I think they want them to be like, oh well, they're getting their like raw reaction to it, but it's like I think people care more about like the interaction between the girls themselves than like the actual story, right? I almost like, I don't think I've ever really seen the story get clipped, other than like what the girls' decisions were for that last one. And then also like when Liz would choose a different option than Nerissa in this chapter, like that was about it. Like it was always with like the branching things that weren't really branching because it didn't really matter, but you know. Yeah, I think the only thing that was different was like, yeah, they basically didn't, if you joined the rebellion, you didn't have to do the quests. But if you didn't, you had to do the quests. So that was like the only thing that was different. Yeah, it was very odd. Because yeah, they even had like the whole like Liz being corrupted thing, and that also didn't really go anywhere. Because Liz just freaking killed Nerissa anyway. And then like Nerissa's like POV, she proposed to Liz anyway, so it's like, all right. I don't think that anything happened with the corruption story either. Like, it also seemed like something was gonna build there. I mean, maybe she'll bring back that skin for Justice, and then maybe like she'll like break free of it, and like then she'll go back to her old skin. Maybe she'll do that, but I mean, I feel like you have to at that point, especially since you still have your memories. Like I feel like she just has to. I feel like it'd just be weird if she went back to normal. You know, because then it's like, well, that also didn't really have any sort of closure on that either, I don't think. It's like, yeah, you know how bad the freaking day was when there was like 5 different clips of like, God, the Amerkind found out that Liz and Nerissa kissed with tongue. Like there was 5, like I swear there was like 5 clips of that. And it's like, nothing happened that day then, dude. Like, seriously. It was freaking insane. Because yeah, outside of that, it was like that mini game. I don't think anybody clipped the trial, like literally at all, other than like Nerissa, or not Nerissa, Shiori being disappointed about it. Like, well, I think because yeah, it was just mostly people screaming or like just talking over each other. So it's like, yeah, there's really, you really can't like keep track of what's going on, you know? And I do think like Shiori's comment of like, I don't think any of them cared about Shakira dying. I think that was her also being like, nobody's taking this seriously, like this role playing. Like, and I think that hurt Shiori also. Of just like, nobody's taking this seriously. Which like, yeah, that also can suck, you know, when like you're doing all of this and then like, yeah, Biu basically just said, oh yeah, I did it. And then I think people are like, oh wow. Like, dude, compare that with the freaking like reveal she had with Roa, dude. That was so much better. That was such a good reveal. And then it just like, yeah, nothing happened. Because they had them lose their memories after they got sacrificed, basically. It was also weird too, because literally Cece called Jonathan like as she was dying and getting sacrificed. And then, yeah, I guess also nothing came of that one either. I don't even know if Cece's one got clipped, other than like if it was in that like compilation of like everybody, like if it was a compilation of everybody getting sacrificed, and Cece was a part of that. But yeah, I don't think Cece's got like clipped at all. Other than, yeah, the part where she's just calling Jonathan, screaming that they're evil. Which is funny, because it always cut out on like Cece scream. It's just really funny. They're evil, they're evil. Ah! It just cut on her scream. Like, yeah, there was also really no, because I think there was like the Knights of Justice or like Advent saying we'd want to kill Justice. Other than that, there was no build up for Justice, like there was for Advent, right? There was like zero build up for them. So it was also just like, oh, okay. Like, because I feel like especially if they're just going back to how chapter 1 and 2 was, 3 was such a missed opportunity then. Because 3, they definitely build up like way more, like going into it, and it just like, just nothing ended, I think. Like, really. Or at least like if nothing ended like in a satisfying way. Because yeah, that like talk that like Tam, Cece, and Jonathan had, Immerkind, like, it was such a good freaking thing, dude. I mean, also, Tam going like, we're doomed. It's also really funny, but like, yeah. It just sucks. Because yeah, I think like from Iris's own admission, like some of them just don't care about it as much as others. You know? Because again, I feel like from Shiori's like perspective, like, and from her like reaction, like she was going so hard in the paint, man, and just nobody cared. Like, just freaking like Evan Mobley, man, just out there like still trying when everybody else is just giving up. It's like, all right, like that just sucks to see, you know? Like, that's the thing, that like it always just sucks. Like I just see them like, that sucks, you know? Yeah, like, something else I wanted to talk about too. Oh yeah, it was Rihanna's song. It's real good. I think I have more about it, but now I'm just like, nah. It's just really good. You know, it's just really nice when actually like I can listen like my Oshi's mad music. That's good. That sounds like it's all terrible. They make terrible music, but no, they don't. I just phrased that really weirdly. It's just like, I think Riona's type of music, typical, or like Floco's music, I just don't typically like. But yeah, no, Ring My Name is really good. I think her solos I'm gonna like a lot more. Because yeah, that seems like when they can actually like do their own thing with the music they want to make, instead of just having to be like in this one specific like type of music. I mean, I don't know if Regloss is supposed to be like inherently like more idly music, but I know Floco is like, yeah, they're supposed to be like rap music. And I don't know what it is. I just don't enjoy it as much, I guess. Which apparently, I guess, an autistic white person not liking rap is a stereotype, which I was not aware of, but apparently I'm a part of, like, I fit that. Well, neurodivergent. I think I said autistic. I don't know if I'm autistic yet. I haven't been diagnosed, but I was just saying neurodivergent. Yeah. Yeah, like I really think like with the role playing, like, because I feel like Irish just said that because like, yeah, it was the last day, so yeah, a lot of them like really didn't do it as much, right? But no, I do think like a lot of them, like especially this chapter, like they did do a really good job of role playing, like the people who were there most of the time. Like, it almost makes you feel like, yeah, I think Kira had the right idea of just like, if you're only gonna be there for like 2 days, like, yeah, especially if it's just gonna be like the first day, just do something like she did there, you know? Because at least it was like a plot line, like a plot point throughout it. I mean, I think like the first like day or two afterwards, like it was kind of nothing, but I mean, there was the whole like Rao like Bibu reveal, which was like really good. But yeah, people also bring up a good point. Like, yeah, like doing it every day can be kind of not great because, like, yeah, I think like 3 or 4 of them weren't there for a day because they got sick. So yeah, that sucked, especially when there's less days. So yeah, they kind of missed a day for that, but it was so good, man. And then it's just like, well, we gotta wrap it up, guys. And it's just like, oh, okay. And then nothing about it was satisfying. Just like, all right. Because, like, yeah, I feel like the fact that they like hyped me up for the last one, like that is a talent, you know, with like how well they were role playing. Like it does make me feel like Shiori could be a really good dungeon master, something like that, right? Because like Shiori's done so good with this, and then with what she did with Jonathan in chapter 2, like it was so good. And it's just like, it just seems like nothing's really worked out for her. Yeah. I will say another funny thing that just seems to be a running gag at this point is people keep forgetting Jonathan. Just like once a season they just forget about it. I don't know if they're aware about that, but they should go for the 4 for 4 because that's, if it's just the thing with every chapter, that's like, that's just funny, you know? Like the first time it happened with like Ame, like yeah, it's sad, but like by the 3rd time, man, at this point it's just like, it's just funny. Especially because like the person who did it like zoomed in on Gigi's like neutral face. It's just like, I couldn't help but laugh by the 3rd one, you know? I mean, yeah, I think like also why chapter 1 did so much better is because like, yeah, a lot of them still had like that fire probably, right? Because it was this new thing and they were all like kind of figuring it out together. But now I think probably by now some of them who are just like aren't as into the RP, like they just don't really want to do it. I mean, I think Iris was like a little busy, but like I know she was streaming like a Forza stream. I think she was talking about like her sleep schedule getting like ruined and stuff. Like yeah, I think Iris just doesn't care as much for it. Which like I'm not trying to like throw shade at her. It's just like, I mean, yeah, like she just doesn't want to. She doesn't care for it as much as the others, right? And like yeah, I think that could add to another point of like, I think they should get the ones who do care more about it involved. Like they should have bigger roles, and then like the ones who don't care about it as much, like. Well, I think that's also the problem too with them having 16 compared to 20, right? I mean, I don't know how many of them would have actually like been into the roleplay itself with Gura, Ame, Fauna, and Mume, because it did seem like most of them were like side characters in that first one. But like yeah, I think when there was 20 of them, like they could just do their own little thing as a side character, right? But like when there's 16, they stand out way more, right? When yeah, Fauna has a new outfit. They stand out way more when there's only 16 of them, and then like even less is this, right? Because Kiara was only there for 1 day. So like yeah, it just sticks out way more, and they have to do way more of the burden of like being like a main character. Because like yeah, it seems like Iris should be like a side character, but like with how few people there are, it's kind of hard to do that if like everybody's not there at all times, right? Because like yeah, I think some also probably just don't want to do like the whole main, where these like main like plot lines are, right, of like the church and like what Avent was doing. Or like, yeah, they just want to do their own thing. Like how Callie's whole thing is like being a chef, you know? I mean, yeah, I think Callie missed at least 2 days. I guess I could look. I like how many days each people were at, but I think Bae was 3 days, Callie was 3 days. Let me just see. Oh, Callie was 4 days. Okay, Callie was 4 days. I feel like though she was like not interacting with them like as much. Yeah, she missed like the middle days because yeah, she was there for the first 2 days, and then I think the last 2 days. So the 2 middle days she missed. I think Bae was there for. Actually, Bae might have also been for 4 days. It's just it didn't feel like it because like yeah, they barely got flipped. I know she was there for 5 of them. She only. Or was she there for all of them? Oh, she was there for all of them, I think. I thought she missed a day. Yeah, maybe she didn't. She was just doing her own thing. Yeah. I guess Bae was there the whole time. Well, shoot. And yeah, obviously Iris was just there for the first day and last day. Kira was just there for the first day. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I do think also bring more people in Odyssey, right? Because then they can, like, play the more, like, main role. Because I am kind of worried also, like, I feel like it's a very real concern on, like, they could get burned out, like, the people who are doing, like, these more, like, intense kind of roles. I mean, Liz and Nerissa just do what they do in every universe. I think Nerissa literally said, replied to her, in every universe I will love you. So it's like, that's just what they do. I don't think they'll ever get bored of that. At least Nerissa won't. But, you know, I have to wonder if like Roa or like Immerkind, Jonathan, right? I mean, I guess they're gonna have to with it being Justice's thing, but yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to take more of a, like, if they get tired out, you know, like burnout from having to do like this main role kind of thing. And like, yeah, I think like if you have more people, then like maybe they could step up for that, or you know, they could develop their own plot lines. But yeah, because like Bae, as I just saw, Bae streamed every single one, and I feel like I barely know, like she haggled Nerissa. And I think that was like the main notable thing, and she still like tried to pursue Immerkind and was also super rich. Yeah, I literally saw, because I replied to it. She said, peasant once again remains loveless, proving once again that the only thing matters is money, because money will never leave you, money will never hurt you, money will always be by your side. To hell with Immerkind, I stand alone. Then I replied, I feel like this is the backstory to every billionaire. So yeah. Oh, I just realized in the picture she also scratched out Immerkind's face. That's crazy. Oh yeah, Tam also had the freaking like development of not having the stained hat on anymore, and like taking that off and putting on the other hat, which was also really cool. It's just like, yeah, nothing really came of it. Like they had the whole like, okay, so you're gonna do this, right? Like, you're gonna do this like the next day or whatever, and then it was like the last day, and then they didn't do it. Well, maybe they did do it, but again, I didn't see that clip. Kept getting recommended me. I don't know why I didn't watch it. Yeah. Yeah, it was just kind of like a letdown. Like I feel like I probably like agree with Shiori's like disappointment, just like as it was happening, because it's just like, dude, it was so good, and then it was just like, yeah, it just felt rushed. Like everyone was saying, like, yeah, it was rushed. So it's like, yeah, none of them really got a chance to put an end to any of their plot points. Because, like, again, like, if it was a 7-day event, I think we would not be having the same complaint. I don't know why they made it a 6-day. I guess because, like, people were saying it was too long. But, like, you made it a day longer than I think the first one was. So it's like, I mean, yeah, of course people complain it's too long. And there's also only 3 dungeons. Like, yeah. Of course they're gonna complain it's too long. But I feel like 7 days for 4 dungeons, like, is much healthier of a thing than 6 days in 4 dungeons. Because, like, yeah, at that point they basically get 2 days of RP, which I think one of them was the opening day. So yeah, they basically had like 1 day in the middle there where they were free to RP, and I'm not sure which day that was, but it probably would have been like 4 or 5, something hard to guess. I think it was 5, because yeah, I think like they basically did all the dungeons like back-to-back days. I mean, maybe they also did it with the first one, where yeah, they did all of them back-to-back days. It was just the first and last day that were like RP dedicated, but yeah. It did just seem like, yeah, they almost want to do like a JRPG thing, but like you can do whatever you want with the other people in it, and it's just like, that's just not gonna work. You know, like the thing with like Hollow GTA and stuff like that, right? Like the reason why that worked so well is because like there's like no end goal, right? There's no end plot point really. And even then, actually, the staff still like helped them out with some things, because right, like the staff gave Kabuki the knife for the like Red Wedding like angle. The one thing I'll nitpick on that is that Kanata just freaking straight up shot her in the face. And like the police didn't care. I guess they were all like surprised at what was happening, that like they didn't pay attention to that, but like, yeah, Kanata the pastor just straight up had a freaking gun and nobody cared. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably like the one thing I could like, you know, nitpick. But yeah, like they could like have much more satisfying endings to all these like relationships and stuff like that, right? Because they were building them for like 7 days, and there was no like plot that like the guys put in, like the staff put in themselves. It was just the talents being themselves, basically playing GTA. I mean, obviously there was a little bit of role playing, but like, yeah, I think that's kind of what made it more special. I think it was a good balance of like RP and then like, yeah, a mix of what they usually do with like those big server, like the Minecraft server opening, stuff like that, right? Where they're just like themselves. It was like a good in between for that. Like, yeah, I do think another Hollow GTA would be good. Although I think actually Flowglow wasn't part of it, so Flowglow would be new. Same thing though. I think they actually would have less people though, with how many people left, right? Because it was, well, yeah, because there's already 4 in EN, and then Xion, Kanata, Chloe. Was there only 3 in JP that left? What? Oh, Al left too. There's 4. Why don't I feel like there was like a 5th one? There wasn't. Oh, so it was 4 and 4, huh? So yeah, they lost 8. And they gained Flowglow, which is like an extra 5. I mean, Xion wasn't there, right? Ana wasn't there. Girl wasn't there, so like, yeah, I mean, it would still be like, if all Flowglow joined and the same people joined, like, yeah, it would actually be more, or at least like the same amount. Was Kanata there? Yeah, Kanata was, yeah, no, because she had the full Mocha thing, right? Yeah, and I literally talked about her shooting them in the face. Jesus. Al was there, she was a mechanic. Also, I think she was very eager to just get into car rides, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Looks like gonna be Spurs Knicks in the finals. Spurs are up 6 with 40 seconds left, so. I mean, I guess crazier things have happened, but what I saw out, Caruso was doing real bad this game. Yeah, 3 for 13. That sucks. That is not the game you won. A very close game 7. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Stephon Castle has 6 turnovers. I mean, it is better than like the over 10 he had. I think he had 10 and 12 in like the first 2 games or something like that. Kind of ridiculous, but yeah, there's 22 seconds left. San Antonio's still up 6. So. The era of parody, I guess, technically continues. I mean, Shea got 35, like 9 assists, like only 3 turnovers, 3 steals. I mean, Shea did his part. I think it was his team that really let him down there, which is unfortunate. Yeah, it seemed like it was mostly Caruso, though, unfortunately. Which I feel like that also sucks. Caruso was like doing a lot throughout the whole series, so for him to be the reason that people are gonna point at and be like, "That's why you lost," that's a shame. Oh yeah, also Chet. Yeah, Chet's also been real bad. Yeah, and this, you know what? It's not Caruso, it's Chet. It's just 4 points. He shut the ball twice, dude. What are we doing? It's like an all-star. Just got 4 and shot the ball twice. Yeah, all NBA, dude. That sure is something. Yep, it's over. 111-103. The Spurs are moving to the finals. It's gonna be Spurs Knicks for the NBA Finals. But yeah, I did see Mitchell Robinson have a like broken pinky. He's gonna get like surgery for that. So yeah, next Wednesday is when the finals start. Oh yeah, Spurs get in the home court advantage, right? Well, yeah, I guess they were guaranteed to, no matter who, like of the Thunder and Spurs, because yeah, they were the 2 best teams in the league. Yeah, Spurs get home court advantage. Oh, why is nothing bad happened to the Spurs? Like, it's crazy. Spurs were literally here like 12 years ago. It's like, what the frick, man? Like, also, they were the one that won the Wemby sweepstakes, because of course they were. Of course they were the one to win the Wemby sweepstakes. Yeah, here's David Robinson, here's Tim Duncan, here's Victor Wembanyama, dude. Like, what the frick, man? Leave more of the franchise players to us, please. Like, come on. The generational, once-in-a-lifetime players. Frick, dude. I mean, I guess as a Cavs fan, I always got LeBron, but, like, still, come on, man. And Kyrie a little bit, too. Yeah, Kyrie did really well. Bro, we should have won more than one. Like, freaking goddamn Kevin Durant. Like, we should have won probably like 2, and then yeah, KU was like, how about no? How about we just randomly raise the salary cap so the Warriors can sign Kevin Durant? Okay. Very cool. Like, man. Bro, Luke Green had played 6 minutes. That's funny. Doing like the block by James call. Cause yeah, it was like a chase down block. And Wemby's probably gonna get his first title at the age of 22, which I think Duncan was also around the same goddamn age when he won it. It's not fair, dude. Yeah, they won 99, right? He literally was 22. Are you serious? What the frig, man? What is this? Freaking stupid. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wemby is literally freaking 22 right now. Yeah, he's literally 22 right now. What the frig, dude? Come on, man. Why couldn't, like, the Kings get him or something? I mean, you know, he probably was gonna be wasting on the Kings, but still. He probably would have been LeBron in his first stretch with Cavs, but I mean, you know. I mean, that's another thing also, we definitely should have once, like at least once, with LeBron that first stint, and we got one finals appearance and then got swept. So that sucks. I mean, it also didn't really help that I think the only other time they had a losing record that entire time was his rookie year. Like, if I look at the 2004 draft, did they have, like, a pick? Yeah, they were the 10th pick. They took Luke Jackson. There's Al Jefferson, Josh Smith, J.R. Smith. That would be funny, actually, if they got J.R. You know, like, way earlier, Jameer Nelson. I feel like they should have traded up, though, for this, man. I guess there was no one, like, too crazy. There was Iggy. For some reason I was thinking this is a Chris Paul draft, but yeah, no, it's not. It's Chris Paul's 05. Because, like, yeah, by the time they hit 2005, like, I think they're out of the lottery. Actually, they don't even have their pick, so that's something. Why do they not have their pick, dude? Who had their pick? I guess I can look at the 2004-5 season. The Cavs were the 9 seed. So they technically were still in the lottery. Why do they not have their pick, dude? Like, what are they doing? Are they stupid? Yeah, I think Charlotte had it. There's 2 Charlottes, like, towards the top of the lottery. So yeah, I think Charlotte had their pick for some reason. What deals were we making with Charlotte, bro? Dude, Danny Granger was there. Hakeem Warwick, I think, also was, like, pretty decent. You know? I guess only for a few years, yeah. A few years in Memphis, he was decent, but yeah, kind of fell off. Yeah, actually, he was kind of mid, now I'm looking at it. I mean, he was also the 19th pick, so I mean, yeah, I feel like it's about what you would expect from the 19th pick, but... Ilyasova was this draft, Lou Wills this draft. Just like, man, they definitely should have focused on picks. I guess maybe it was just, yeah, it was just a different time, but... I don't know how they ended up getting Varejao, because yeah, Varejao was drafted by the Magic. I guess, yeah, he was traded on draft night. I like how Varejao then was the one that they traded for. Awesome. There's Trevor Ariza. Like, I don't even really know who Luke Jackson is. Like, they missed on that pick so badly. That's such a shame, dude. Because, yeah, I feel like even if you had, like, someone who ended up being decent, right? Like an Al Jefferson or something like that, or a JR, like... that would have been such a huge help. Yeah, they took Luke Jackson, who was a freaking bomb, dude. I mean, I also don't know what the cap space situation was like, but... yeah, no, I feel like Cleveland definitely should have done something in the 2000s, and they really didn't. It's kind of the point. It seemed like Wemby wasn't even like all that crazy. Oh yeah, he was not playing at the end of the game because he had 5 fouls. I think that's why. Okay, that makes sense. That's why Korda had 6 minutes. Got it. Yeah, I don't even think he was like playing that crazy. Just everybody else stepped up, and the Thunder did not step up for SGA's sake. So that's a shame. Yeah, Caruso's 3 for 14. That's so sad, man. I mean, yeah, they did win like all 4 games or something like that when they played them in the regular season. Or is it 3 games? Isn't it something like you play your division 4 times, you play your conference 3 times, and everybody else twice? Is that how that works? Is that up to 82? Does the math work out? Is what that would be 4 times 4, which would be 16, and then 3 times how many? So it'd be what, 10? Or yeah, it would be 10. So then 30, and then 15 times 2 would be another 30. So that would be 60 plus 16. Okay, well there's 6 more games in there somewhere. Yeah, maybe it's just your conference you play 4 times. I thought for some reason the division you played more. Yeah, that's probably just football I'm thinking of. So you play your division twice. And then yeah, you're much more likely to play your own conference, like AFC, play AFC, and then NFC play AFC. Like I think there's only like 1 or 2 games that they play across conference. Yeah, the division you play twice. Yeah, maybe it's just all 4. But then, what, that'd be an extra 10? So that'd be 86. So I don't know. Maybe only some of me play 3 times? I don't know. Also, why do they darken the playoff one? They darken the winner. That's so weird. Like, they make the number that's darker, like that's the winner, which doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? Like, yeah, on Google they lighten up and point at the winner, which makes way more sense than whatever the NBA playoffs thing is, where they just make it darker at the winner. The lighter number is the loser, apparently. Okay. Cool. Bro, we should ban him from NBA though. He has such a biological advantage. It's not fair for the game, you know? He's got such a biological advantage. We should ban him. He should be banned from playing basketball. Yeah, I have a feeling that the Spurs are gonna win. I mean, the Knicks are very like hot right now, but yeah, I don't know how that's gonna translate. Also, like if they were rusty in like the Cavs series, like I have a feeling they're gonna be rusty like against the Spurs, and like I think they need to be at the top of their game every time. Otherwise, it's not happening. Because yeah, Cat's definitely not gonna have the series that he's been having throughout the entire playoffs against Wemby. That's not gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah, with the Ian Rico stuff, I would say, like, oh, you should bring in the Hollow Stars, but I know they're not going to do that. It's just, like, I'm not going to even bother, like, pitching it. It's going to be an absolutely not, and that's it. Even though, like, Ruse, Bettle, like, Flayon, I think even, like, they go crazy with freaking RP as well, like like, GTA one, and then even Ruse with, Minecraft one. They're really good at RP, man. It's just like, yeah, they don't want to have them with each other. Awesome. I think Hako was also part of that. I'd have to see some of how he was doing that RP. I mean, because even then, like, yeah, Ruse, Battle, I think even Flayon, like, they were doing more RP than what the girls were doing in Hollow GTA. It's like, yeah, it was very much like it was like a semi-RP. Like, they weren't really in characters, you know? Other than, like, Sura being the pineapple person, but it's like... Yeah, outside of it, she was just still herself. I mean, yeah, maybe that was part of the appeal, right? Because, yeah, it ultimately still was them just playing GTA. I guess other than, like, the gang, because I think, what, Aki was the dad and To was the mom. I think other than that, like, there weren't really any characters being played. Because, like, even then, there was just, like, a name, I think, they were addressed by. So, like, they were still pretty much themselves. But yeah, like, Battle and Ruse. Battle and Ruse for sure, I know, like, just do full-on, like, different characters. Which, like, yeah, I feel like for the Ian Rekka would fit much better. I feel like if you bring him in for Hollow GTA, like, it would not work. Because everybody else is still themselves, and then, like... I mean, Ruse might be able to, like, get out of it, but, like, I think Battle would still be, like... trying to want to do a different character. It'd be very out of place. I mean, maybe it would have its own charm by itself, but... yeah, I don't know. Dang, is the LA primary that close? Shoot, I didn't realize it was that close. Look at the state primary. Because I saw it before, but yeah. I thought that was later, like end of June, but I guess it's... yeah, California's June 2nd with jerseys. Huh. I didn't realize those were at the same day. I mean, California, I'm not really expecting anything from them. New York, I'm expecting stuff from them. But yeah, California, you know. California. I mean, yeah, obviously every progressive that wins, that's great, but it's like I don't think a lot of them are gonna win probably. Dang, the run for South Carolina is literally like 2 weeks after. I feel like that is kind of how it should be. Where like, yeah, it should probably be like definitely under a month, because I think some of these are like 2 months or like a month and a half, and it's like that's way too much time, dude. It absolutely should be like a month or less, dude. Yeah, I guess the primary one only applies to congressional, because yeah, Jersey does off years. Mikey Sherrill selection, who's also just like doing ice type stuff. It's awesome. It's crazy. Spamberger and Cheryl's approval has gone down, but Zoran's has gone up. That's very interesting. It's weird how that works. I'm surprised Hassan then did stuff with Amawi then, and not with any California people. I guess he's been talking about it a lot probably, so maybe that's probably why, but yeah. So there's no like a Lieb or something like that, right? So I like how it loaded the Knicks and Spurs for games 1 and 2, and then still says to be decided on the rest of them. Unless I literally got there when like they were still doing it, applying to everybody. Nope, it's just only for those two. All right, well. I guess that's the finals matchup for games 1 and 2, but who knows with 3 and 4. Could be a different opponent. The Spurs could tag out and tag in Thunder. That'd be crazy. Tag teaming like basketball. Just bring in a new team and tag them in. You know? That seems like very weird, but also it'd be like kind of fun. Like tag team basketball with full on like basketball teams. That would definitely be interesting. Nobody's done that. I'm surprised no one has done that. I guess because, yeah, it is kind of weird, but like, I feel like it is kind of a neat concept, you know? See, I think my mom went to bed because I brought her up about like, oh, I got an interview because I'm finally gonna get a job. It only took me a year, but I might finally get one. Oops, just typed it in wrong. Oh, these times are much later now, which like works for me, but I'm surprised about that because yeah, they were much earlier before. Yeah, and I don't think they're at like times that could work. Well, actually, I'm not sure about that one. That one could work, I think. Yeah, I think my mom went to bed. Oh, that's a shame. Oh yeah, I'm going to bring up the first team to win the NBA Cup and the finals statistic. That's something they're gonna do. I also say when Ian Reko's over, it always takes me like a day or two to like get back to like, oh yeah, no, now they're back to normal. I'm not RPing anymore. I mean, yeah, I think that's another reason why I don't mind it. Is like, yeah, I'm still like invested in the RP the entire time. So I think for me, I might worry about that a little bit, but I guess that's also just me not watching the Critical Role or anything like that, right? Because I've always like binge watched those kind of like, even if they're like shorter D&D series, I've just binge watched them. So yeah, I guess I don't know if I have done that before. Like, I'm sure it actually wouldn't be that bad, but I mean, because also, yeah, TV shows really like weekly releases, so it's like if you do like the weekend type of thing or like Tuesday and Thursday kind of thing, like yeah, it is essentially like it's a TV show. Actually, it's like there's more episodes than a normal TV show that comes out, so I mean, yeah. I guess not all of them are probably weekly, but I mean, most of them are. Oh. Yeah. I think I'll get out of here. Been here for over an hour, so I'll see you tomorrow for a more God dang it, I hit caps lock. I'll see you tomorrow for more Lego Batman 2. Which I think how I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna play all the missions and then do more of the open world stuff if I feel up to it. Because obviously there's gonna be a lot of open world stuff I literally can't do because I don't have the people unlocked. So yeah. Also, it's just gonna be harder to traverse like the open world when I just have only like Batman and Robin. So there's also that. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. So I'll see you tomorrow then. So goodbye.